Okay. Is the damn thing still muted? Ain't that a real pisser? Well, I tell you what we're going to do then. I don't know why it's muted. Can y'all hear me? This freaking StreamYards, I am so sick and tired of StreamYards. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me okay? Yep. Echo. Now I'm good. Okay. So basically, I dropped the StreamYard link to his show. I don't know why it's doing this. This motherfucker makes me sick. Not fumble, but the YouTubes and the StreamYards. But anyways, I'm gonna drop it again. If y'all want to go out there and watch this video yourself, like and subscribe to his channel. That would be amazing. It's definitely worth the 9 minutes, but I really just wanted to do something to kill a little time to get people in here because I'm only going to do this one time. And once I'm done with this tonight, I will be going back to the method I have been utilizing for the last several months. And that is doing something different that apparently some people can't seem to do themselves. And that is keep my mouth shut about other people and let them play the fool. You know? So yes, a lot has gone on over the last 36 hours, I guess. But this has been a long time coming. And so for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, I will go ahead and just show you real quick what I'm willing to show. And then I'll get more into the explanation of why and what exactly is going on. Okay. So I do like to come with receipts and show that what I'm saying is actually the truth. So as you can see here on yesterday at 7:55 p.m., this Mark James Diaz is actually a licensed server in the state of California that I paid to have, what do they call themselves? Public figure Mark Terry, also known as Mr. X, served a cease and desist. Okay. I did not serve him with a restraining order. A restraining order has nothing to do with me. However, what I will say is this. The individual that did serve him with the restraining order had every right to do exactly what they did, considering that when the harassment, the stalking, the bullying, and the defamation started, that person was under the legal age of being considered an adult. Okay? So I want to make that clear. You cannot bully, harass, defame, or stalk a juvenile and think that you're going to continue to get away with that. You cannot do it. Furthermore, regardless of what people think or feel about another person's decisions in life based on what's best for them or their family, you don't have a right to come out here and put that out as fact when you don't have the facts. That's called defamation. And there is legal standing for that. Furthermore, there are some situations that no matter how you slice the pie, you're still responsible for that pie. This is one of those instances. So yes, I did pay. I did. I funded him being served yesterday. I have been relentlessly pursued to be harassed. I have been defamed People in my town have been called and told that I was a pedophile. I have some of the most abhorrent claims levied against me with no proof. None. Zero. I've been called a junkie. I've been called uh the pedophile. I was accused of numerous things that I didn't do. And I have asked for it to stop. And even in the last 3.5, almost 4 months, I have been virtually away from YouTube. I asked for it to stop in the last 3.5 months. It still has not stopped. I asked not to be contacted a couple of years ago. The contact has not stopped. I don't know what more has to be done for people to realize that I'm just not saying I'm gonna do. When I say that I'm gonna do something, I am going to do it to the fullest extent of which I have power. And I'm patient. I said that from the very beginning. I am patient. I will make you feel empowered and emboldened to go out and feel like you can't be touched. To turn around and touch you. Like what happened yesterday. So, receipts right here that I paid for personal individual service from a licensed process server. Okay. That's where it was done. There's his information. He's not hiding anything. Neither am I. Okay. I want to make that real clear. There is plenty of documentation of what's happened. And I don't have the time nor the desire to sit here and go through it all again. But what I can say is number one, if somebody has decided to make a change in their life or their lifestyle, that is between that person, their loved ones, their doctor, whomever. It's not for public consumption. It's not. And to make fun of someone that chooses an alternative lifestyle is sick and disgusting. It is their choice, whether you agree with it or not. And it doesn't give you the right to harass them, to bully them, to reach out to their employer or teacher, internal affairs, quote unquote, of anything. Doesn't give you the right to do that. You have a right to feel the way that you feel about it, but not at the detriment of another person. Now, I know that some people really don't give a shit about how the next person feels. Fortunately, unfortunately, I do. And I'm not just going to sit here and not call it out. Eric, I don't care what you feel about Confluence. To say anything disparaging about her child is disgusting. You don't like it when it's done to your children. You defend your children. Why would you turn and do it to somebody else? You did it to me with mine and got put in your place because you tried to spread lies about my son and why he was incarcerated. I forgive, but I don't forget. And now with Confluence, you're doing the same thing. Leave the kids alone. Leave them alone. It makes you no better. None. And if people don't see it, like I don't have an issue with Eric as in generally speaking, but what I'm not going to do is sit up here and pretend like it's not okay for one person, but it's okay for this person because it's not. It's not okay. Period. And I don't give a shit what anybody thinks or says. If you're not a licensed attorney to practice law in the state of Texas, you can run your mouth all day long about what you think. But in the end, just like nobody thought this day would ever come, it sure did. You shut the fuck up, Eric. How about that? You're wrong. You're out of line. And I know that you can't handle it because you're emotionally immature like that, but it's the truth. You run around and gossip more than anybody else on here, and it's old. You talk about nobody else has content, you got the best channel. Well, you're using everybody else for your content, just like Jim and Mark. And that's just how it is. There's a lot of shit that you've done. Yeah, you're absolutely allowed to, but be careful with how far you push that because the person that you think is a weirdo is somebody's child. You don't like it when it's done to you, but you think it's okay to do it to somebody else. That's not right. That's not integrity. That's not standing on business. Oh, that's your right to think that, but it's not your right to sit up there and mock and make fun of either. Nobody's done that to your child. You get ass bent when anybody says anything that you don't agree with. But yet you can sit up there and say whatever you want. No, everybody doesn't have to think the same, but people need to learn to put some fucking respect on what they say if they want it back. You don't do that. You think that everybody needs to bow down to you, and that's just not the case. So it's not about saying anything sexual about anybody's kids. It's not just saying sexual shit. It's about putting your perceptions of people out there as if it were fact, or even just mentioning somebody else's child. For what? Why? Why even bring it up? It's not your place to talk about it. Are you involved in it? No. You didn't like people talking about your business. Remember how ass bent you got about that and all the stuff that you've been drugged through? So why turn around and do it to somebody else? It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying. I mean, if you're going to dish things out, you got to be able to take it, right? That's what you expect out of everybody else. You don't give a fuck how people feel. People go over there and watch because of that element. I peep what's going on. Totally peep what's going on out there. Yeah, I mean, that is the truth, T. Marie. No children, period. And you went after my son first. So what's your point? I had no issue with you when you came after my child. So there's that. But again, I'm in the state of Texas. So there's no way that I can be um, in the restraining order process. No, Eric, it's not that. It's just that I speak the truth. Like, I've said, I don't have a problem with you, but it's not right for you to sit up there and disparage someone else's child when you don't like it done to yours. And no, I don't always mention your name in a negative way. Motherfucker, I was there for you when nobody else was. Write that down. And you know what? I didn't even care for you at the time. I could have gave a shit less. Actually, somebody else called me about it. No, go back. I got it all, Eric. I got it all. When you were going around talking about how you were going to expose my son for beating his pregnant girlfriend, and that was a fucking lie. I went through his whole arrest record. You can suck an ass with that. I remember it all too well. And so, anyways, I'm not going to sit up here and waste my time with you. You can go argue with the fucking wall because that's what it's like talking to you. Anyhow, since I'm not in the state of California and I'm in the state of Texas, I will briefly explain as much as I care to about what my whole intent or reason for being involved in this side of it is. And it is because I have said for a long time that in order for me to move forward, that there were some certain things that I had to do. And this was that domino that starts the rest of them to tip. And that's where I'm going to leave it at that. As far as people not being touchable, remember, everyone is touchable unless you're completely off the grid. And then there would be no reason to touch you. If it was okay when I was served, why is it not okay now? Just curious. Just curious. If it's not okay and it was a big problem when they're putting out my information and I'm not a public figure. I don't have an IMDb page. I don't have none of that. So why all of a sudden is it not okay? Why am I getting privacy reports left and right? How does anybody know if I have been financially impacted or not? Do you think that there's not things that have happened that I've never uttered a word about? So just to let people know that I am not going to play the video of where he was served because I don't need to make content out of it. This is not my source of income. I don't require that. But I just want you to know and see that there is video there. Now, I know he already put out his 17 seconds because he got so nervous that he forgot to hit record the whole time he was walking with that phone up there like he was really doing something. But it's there. And that's the proof of it. And that's all I really need. I really don't even need to show that. But I am because I want people to know and understand that I'm serious when it comes to don't call me a pedophile because I'm not a fucking pedophile. And when you poke the bear about my motherfucking child and then you fucking involved my grandchildren and their mother, I told you. I told you to stop. And I meant it. Just like everyone else has told you to stop and leave them alone, and you haven't listened, all it takes is one domino to fall, and it fell yesterday. And guess what? That's where the momentum starts to pick up. And you've pissed off a whole lot more people than I have. And I heard something said today about there's not one interview. Oh, let me go ahead and mention this while I'm here. The cease and desist, oh, it definitely includes the 1099 employee, which is considered a contract employee, right? So you should probably look into some business law and speak with a legitimate business attorney before you try to put out there what you think is the right thing. Because believe you me, that company is responsible for that 1099 employee. Period. Period. And furthermore, there is a paper trail for that business. And all the things that have been done to try to skirt what you guys have been doing. If you think you haven't broken the law, you're wrong. If you think that this will just stay civil, you're probably wrong. If you think the statute of limitations is up, you're absolutely wrong. You got cocky. You got prideful. You got sloppy. And you were real bold with your harassment and your disrespect and your defamation and your lies. And there's a whole bunch of us that are fed the fuck up. Either stop or it goes to the next step. Carmela, it won't be there for long. If he wants to continue, it's not business interference when there are police reports where law enforcement officers have stated that the intent behind the action was harassment and to ruin reputation. So, furthermore, be real careful in the state of California about what you say and how you present things about the protected classes of people. Okay? Understand that's somebody's life and their mental well-being that you're toying with for content and profit. Again, if people think that there's been no financial impact, maybe you just don't have all the details. Just because somebody went and did something a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, visited with this agency or that agency, it doesn't mean that things don't change over time. Again, you get empowered when you think that you've gotten away with something and it made you real sloppy. Real sloppy. Especially when things were asked and documented. We've done our part. We have stopped. Everything has come to a dead stop. I know people have noticed it because people have asked. There was a reason. And I said it from the very beginning. When I go radio silent, I'm not talking anymore. That's your warning. I meant what I said. And I will push it as far as I have to get it to stop. This going offline and into people's real lives for the sake of content or being right is sick and disgusting. And it's got to stop somewhere. Furthermore, if that website with my son's name on it is not down by Monday morning, I will proceed until it is removed. Anything that is disparaging and untrue about myself or my child better start to get removed. I am not playing. I am not. I will die on this hill before I back down. And people can think whatever they want. I don't give a shit. You want to call me a rat? Call me a rat. You want to call me a bitch? Call me a bitch. You want to call me a liar? Call me a liar. You want to call me a fat psycho from Texas? Call me a fat psycho from Texas. Whatever. But I mean it. I mean it. Because whether you want to believe it or not, I've covered my bases. I've dotted my I's and I've crossed my T's. And I can guarantee you that there's not a single person out there that has gone to the extent or will continue to go even further to make it stop. I'm tired of being content. There are a lot of other people out there that are tired of being content. We're tired of having our personal, real lives dug through and tossed out there for everybody's consumption when it's not. And if you think you have that strong of a case against me, well, I look forward to seeing you in court. Absolutely 100% look forward to it. And if you want to know why things have happened the way that they have, it's because of it's called patterns of behavior. It's real easy to see. And I've said it for so long. I will protect people as far as I can protect them. Whether it's my attorney, a private investigator that I've hired. You see, the difference between me and other people, boys, is that when I said that that's what I did, regardless of what you think about her level of skill, I did it. I didn't just say I was going to do it and then didn't do it. I did it. Just like this ordeal, I said I was patient. You don't, as far as finances, you have no fucking idea what my finances are. None. Zero. You have no idea who I really am. You may think you know, but you don't have a clue about me. And I don't have to sit here and say anything disparaging other than you played yourself, Mark and Jim. So, for the last time, on March the 28th, 2026, at 8:38 p.m., I am telling you, leave me and my family alone. Stop. Dr. Wolf, I have attempted to make this stop many times. I have gone on my way several times. But when they don't quit, I've come back and I have responded and I've defended myself. After tonight, they can say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do. I don't watch them. I've heard things, but I don't watch them. I don't go watch Johnny. I don't watch the OTT. I don't watch any of that because I don't care. I got you, Charlie. I don't care what they say, but I'm tired, sick and tired of the bullshit. Sick and tired of the defamation. Sick and tired of them going real life. Like, it's all recorded. Everything is recorded. Everything. So I will take whatever steps necessary to protect my family. And I'm not alone in that. There's other people out there. Hey. So, I know that they have probably tried to skew things in a certain way and made things look a certain way about people. But I want to just explain something real quick. If you think that a person that has been through some shit in life, that has been in positions where everything has been stripped away from them, literally, to the point that they have PTSD. If you know anything about PTSD and how that works, you'll understand that sometimes there are people that don't understand it that can look at a situation or a person's behavior as crazy or erratic or whatever. But to take things in people's lives that have been traumatic and to prey on that, it doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well. And if you don't know the full scope of the story, you probably shouldn't be out there trying to dig up this and that and spin a narrative. The reason, Jim, that there's no interviews of people saying disparaging things about you is because we're not like that. People have been talked to, absolutely. There's been exes, there's been former coaches, former teammates. There have been people that have been spoken with, absolutely. But just because, thank you so much, Gra. It's going great. It's going great. One day at a time. It's not because it's just like with the video of Mark being served. I could make content out of that. I absolutely could. But for what? That wasn't the point in getting the video. Wasn't the point at all. You should make better choices. Hey, Polly, it's good to see you. It's good to see all y'all tonight. Absolutely, Robbie. You can go act, and that's exactly, I think, what he's done is go act arrogant about it all. Hey. But the fact of the matter is, just like he said with me, you got served. Can I give the video to someone who? No, not at this time. I really can't. Like there is a certain there's a certain level of integrity that I have to carry. And I can't do that with a clear conscience at this time. So, yep, it's going to stay right where it is for right now. It's all good. I'm good, hotspot. I know that there are a few people out there that are probably curious as to why. But I learned a long time ago that it's best to move in silence. People can draw their own narrative. They can say whatever they want to say. But at the end of the day, you always got to stay a step ahead. That's right, hotspot. I do agree. And while, again, Eric can say whatever he wants to say, that's just how he does shit. I know, Cuban. I know. In due time. In due time. But the fact of the matter is that he doesn't realize, he doesn't know, he doesn't understand what all has happened in the last 4 years. A lot of people from the mob to area, genre, whatever, they've dealt with their own JTs and Marks, and I mean, if you've not been around to experience it and see it from the beginning to the end, then how can you really speak on it like it's the truth? You can't. And then get mad at me because I call it out or I say something or I have an opinion. Y'all, Eric was the first one to reach out to Jim back when he started coming on Angels. Come on. Let's get real here. So, I mean, if there's I will say that he's not Eric can be very funny. He can be very funny and entertaining, and I like that side of him. But he can be very nasty and vile also. He can act the same way that they do. We've all watched it. No, I'm not saying that, Wolf. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that he saw an opportunity and he took it. And it has benefited his channel. Oh, yeah, Rankle. It's been that way. Whether he perceives it that way or not, I mean, anybody who's got eyes and ears can see that. Thank you so much, Miss Canada. I appreciate that. Well, and I will say this. Um, there's a few more things that have to be filed, but if they choose to stop at this point, it's not going to go further, because that's all I want. I don't want money out of them. I don't give a fuck about their money. I don't need their money. Period. I don't. I don't care about content out of it. I don't need it for content. I want my family and myself to be left alone. I want the shit with them calling me a pedophile to be removed, because I'm not a pedophile. I want the website and the shit that they've had to say about my son removed. He's innocent. He has nothing to do with any of this. Nothing. Leave my child alone. I will, Robbie. Just stop. He called my dead friend's family. Friend has been dead since April the 19th of 2015. Leave fucking people alone. That's it. Just leave us alone. It's not hard. Not hard at all. You have a mom that's raising kids that's been through hell and back in her life. Leave her and her child alone. Leave them alone. Maybe she'll leave you alone. I think that's been the point this whole time. It's just to stop. There's families out there that have gone through the worst that families can go through. Leave them alone. Find something else to make content out of. But quit going into people's real lives. It's not your place to do that. Yeah, Robbie, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody not to like Eric or not to go over there. I don't care. I don't care. But I know how I've been treated and done. And at the end of the day, it doesn't hurt me. It doesn't hurt me. But I'm not just going to sit by and bow down just because either. No. I'm going to call an ace and a spade a spade. I don't give a fuck. People expect more from others than they're willing to do or give themselves. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. So, it's just like this shit with Jim and Mark. Y'all, we already sat down. I remember a list. That's why we don't do lists anymore. But I remember a list that got people all up in a whirlwind. But there was like 120 something people on that list that have had their real lives gone into. Look at what they did last night with Leanne and her family. Where does it stop? Where? People's obituaries? Look at the stuff that's been done. It is some of the most egregious, disgusting, and vile shit. Hey, Reaper, it's good to see you. And people are tired of it. We're just tired of it. And there are some of us that will keep pushing and pushing and pushing until it stops. And if it means that it has to go a step further, it will. And try to spin it however you want to. But I can guarantee you this, there's people out there that hate my guts, that will say, she's right, because they did it to me. So, yeah, putting your Cash App in people's obituaries, insane. Insane. So, you want to step foot in a courtroom and debate and argue the facts? We can definitely do that. I am ready for that. 110%. I have no doubt whatsoever that when you put your proof up against mine or against Confluence's or against whomever's, we're going to win every single time. I have no doubt. Because remember where it all started and how it all started. And remember who stopped and who didn't. So there have been way more pleas from people to be left alone over here. And what is the saying? What do they always say? Oh, what is that saying? Oh yeah. Don't hunt what you can't kill. Well, what happens when the hunter becomes the hunted? I don't know. I know snorting cherry coke. I wonder how that happens. I'm not sure how that happens. I'm really not. Right, Fast Eddie? I'm inviting you, but I'm not inviting you. Yep. And I mean, CPS? You call CPS on people? Not even a valid CPS claim. What about the disparaging things that were said and done? Never mind. I'm just, yeah, there's so much. There's so much. Just stop. How many false copyright claims have been made against me? All I did was try to get the harassment to stop by going through every possible channel that I had available to me. It wasn't business interference. It's called filing a formal complaint, of which I did. I'm willing to stand behind every single thing I have done. Period. So come on with the come on. Because I'm ready. That's right. Happy caffeinated. And it's been done to hundreds of people. Hundreds. And furthermore, for the people that support you and have aided and assisted, don't think for 1 second that they're not remembered also. Hey, clickers, I hope you had a good dinner. That's right. Just do the right thing. It's really simple. It is really simple. And there is nothing weak. There's nothing wrong with doing the right thing. I've tried to set that example. How you say, well, look, I told y'all this channel didn't mean nothing to me. I've come on here. I've done my little driving thing. I've done my little music shows. I don't get over like 30 people anymore. You know, the whole nine. In a good faith effort to do something different than the drama. Completely different. But it hadn't stopped anything. So, you know, it is what it is. And people are going to do what they feel is right and best for them. Hey, be my guest. If it's not here, fine. I'm good with that. Again, this is not my source of income. I don't rely on this. But I know that I say this for a lot of people. Just leave us the fuck alone. What up, big guy? It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Mike Honcho Poncho. Now, you're gonna have to behave over here because we seen you over there talking about you're just over here because ain't nobody else on and how much y'all like them. They're crazy, Reaper. People on here are crazy. Yeah, I understand that, big guy. Mr. Biggs. I understand. Just a little bit of those 6'7", 6'7". But it's really good to see you. Now that we've got all that out the way, I appreciate each and every person that's been here through all of this. Again, there is documented proof out there of everything. All people are asking is to be left alone. Be left alone. Bob, you're better than what you're doing. If you want to go live and have a show, do that. But don't be like those assholes, Bob. You don't need them. You don't need them. You could do your own thing and do great. And Bob, I don't even like you because you've been a real asshole to me. But I'm just telling you straight up, and there are going to be some people that aren't going to like me saying it. But you can be funny as fuck. You don't have to be a nasty, cantankerous old man. And people will watch and people will support you. Just don't be like them. You're better than that. Way better than that. And there's some of you other people out there that have been following them for a long time. You're better than what you've shown over the last 4 years. And I get being loyal or thinking that maybe there's nothing wrong, but deep down inside, there's a couple of you over there that I know. I know for a fact, deep down in your heart, you know that the shit that's gone on is wrong. I'm not telling you to make a choice or to leave them or whatever. I'm not asking for that. I don't expect that, none of that. Just stop participating when you know that it's wrong. Not even asking you to say anything. Just don't participate in it. It's people's real lives have been affected. And obviously, since they're so successful and they do so great at all this, theirs hasn't. At what expense? Yeah, Bob used to be really fucking cool. He did. He did. And, I mean, I know that there are people that would go and support him apart from them. So, yeah, exactly, widow. Yeah, he's coming back over here because they're not making any more money over there, in my unprofessional and personal opinion, for what it's worth. I agree with that statement. Not everyone supports what? I mean, everybody can support. People are more than welcome to support whatever they want to. Like I don't pull any punches about that, because there's things that I like or support that other people don't agree with, and I don't really care. But what I don't do is I don't go after people just because they disagree with me. So, it's like I'm not going into people's personal lives. I'm not looking folks up. None of that. So, Fast Eddie, you're too funny. So, anyhow, lurking is not weird. People lurk all the time. Yeah, Cluckers, I don't even entertain that mess anymore. Damn it, Fast Eddie. Yes, you are. Quit lying. I know that. Yeah. I mean, it's crossed the line. It's one thing to sit on here and tap on each other. It's one thing to call me a cockeyed, fat, psycho pig bitch from Texas, or I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, or I ain't got no teeth, or, it's whatever. One thing to do that and say that about me on here. That's fine. Don't talk about my child. He's not on here. He's not talking about anybody. Don't reach out to family members or friends or try to harm friends' businesses because you couldn't win a war with words. And that's exactly what happened. Yes, hotspot. Is the war with words couldn't be won, so they had to go real life. It's just a matter of stop. Just stop. And I don't really care about Eric's response or whatever. Look, this is the guy that said how many times that he was going to go back to doing his prison content, and what is he doing? Sitting over there fucking gossiping, using everybody else for content, just like the other channel does. It's no different. No different. Just because it's somebody else as a target, it's no different. Yep, I sure did, Snooks. Got it all, got it all recorded. Everything that they've done to me is documented. I think that that's the part that they don't understand. And they've done far worse to me than I've done to them. I've done what was in my legal rights to do. No, they've gone after people that were totally, totally innocent in all of this. So, yep. Yeah, Snooks, it was. It was. So, anyhow, I appreciate you all showing up, taking a listen. I really hope that I've made it clear where I stand. I know that I speak for other people as well. Stop going real life. Stop stalking people online. Stop going into our business and sharing it with the world when you don't have permission to. Stop trying to intimidate people or bully people into going away or bowing down and doing what you want them to do. Stop defaming people. Just stop. All you beautiful people that have supported this channel in one way or another, whether it's watching a video, watching a short, hitting the like, commenting, participating in a live. After a while, Crocodile, thank you so much, Graham. You have been a great source of smiles and entertainment for me. I hope you know. And I appreciate you for it very much. You've been a great sport. Exactly, Cluckers, because they would have nothing without us. Just stop. Find something else to do. Yep, Twisted Tea. Exactly. Quit taking advantage of vulnerable people. But thank you, teacher. I appreciate each and every one of you, though, that has supported this channel in whichever way that you've been able to. I mean that. It's helped me be able to give back and do things for people that I wouldn't have been able to do otherwise. Y'all, this wasn't my doing, okay? I want to make this very clear. While I may have had a hand, excuse me, I may have had a hand in it, excuse me, there are a lot of people that have helped this come to fruition. Whether it's been positive vibes, prayers, just hanging in there and supporting, not giving a shit if you're going to be harassed. You know, there are so many people. And I think that there's more of us that agree that those families that lost their loved ones, that really looked for someone in their time of need and got taken, thank you for stepping up and sharing your stories. Because we wouldn't have known what we were dealing with had y'all not done that. I'm appreciative of the forgiveness that I've received for the parts that I played early on. I'm appreciative of all the people that have come along, whether we get along now or we don't. that were on the same team at one time, whether it was editing a video or having the documentation that was needed at the time, or whatever it was, whatever support it was. I don't care where we are now. I appreciate what you've done to get this thing where it needs to go so that something can stop the harassment and the bullying and the defamation and the stalking. Because it takes a village. It takes a village. So we've won a battle. We haven't won the war yet. So continue to send good vibes. Continue to send prayers. Continue to hang on and show support. And if they want to stop, let them stop. And we move on. If they don't want to stop, then we'll keep it going as far as we need to go. But be just as proud of every single person that took part and played a part as you are of anybody else, because it's not just about me. It's not just about what Confluence has been through. It's not about one person. It's about all of us that have had to deal with their bullshit. So while y'all are out there being blessed, be a blessing to someone else. Y'all come back now. You hear?